Let me start by asking you about foreign policy, because it looks like the Biden administration is facing multiple interrelated crises in foreign policy. And I think we can probably agree that they're doing a horrible job of it. They did a bad job in Afghanistan. They haven't done a stellar job in Ukraine. They're not handling the Middle East all that well. Recently, of course, the 3 U.S. soldiers killed in Jordan. My question is, what is the Republican alternative? If I flash back to the Reagan days, it appeared that Republicans had a coherent, unified foreign policy, really built around anti-communism. Now there seem to be some strands in the Republican Party. Some people saying, let's get out of there, focus on our own problems, or let's go all in. This seems to be kind of Nikki Haley. And then there might be some positions in between. How do you think about foreign policy in 2024?
Dinesh, we don't have to go back to Reagan. We can go back to President Trump and Mike Pompeo when he was Secretary of State. We can go back 4 or 5 years. If you've noticed, we weren't having any conversations about what's happening in Israel. We weren't having any conversations with Vladimir Putin and the Ukraine. We weren't having any conversations with China and Taiwan. None of this was happening because we had a policy of peace through strength. We are the biggest dog on the porch. America is the greatest country in the world. We have the greatest power in the world. But when we have weak leaders, the entire world realizes that. You bring up Reagan. The last time we were this weak was right before Reagan with Jimmy Carter. And that's the kind of feckless policies that we saw that began actually the more conservative movement with Reagan and us regaining our strength back. But we're on the verge of World War III if you're not paying attention. And when I saw what happened last week with those 3 American soldiers that were killed by an Iranian drone, I asked you a simple question. Would that have happened 4 years ago? Would Iran have the gall to send any kind of weaponry toward any American after what happened to Soleimani or al-Baghdadi?